change, and lo and behold, I thought I had the right size for that, considering all the other ones that I had here, but it ended up not being the case. So I ran to the auto parts store and finally gave in and grabbed one of these. Didn't want to try and figure out what the size was. I believe it's 86 millimeters, but none of the stores carried it, so I just went with that. Okay, so one thing I've noticed that I thought I'd note is the fact that from all the videos about changing oil on 335, the bolt was facing 45 degrees or 90, I forget. But this one on the all-wheel drive or the XDrive, the drain bolt is perpendicular to the ground. So I don't know if that's something to note, but I just figured I'd just cover it anyway. So we're done with the oil change. Just gotta now. We idled it for a bit, so the oil would have circulated by now, and so that we can get a true measure. Because here it's not a dipstick with this car. It's actually onboard computer that determines the level of your oil, which I don't really like. Well, maybe I guess that's in today's cars, but yeah. So she's pretty much done. It had a slight ticking, but from what everyone is saying is that that's just from the fact that it's a direct inject. That ticking that you hear is from the injectors. So, I mean, the oil that came out of this car, I think the previous owner lied that he said that he just changed the oil, but that's completely dark for a car that just drove, what, 300 miles since we purchased it, or since when he supposedly have changed the oil. But anyway, this is kind of like a moment of truth, because even though the ticking is gone, well, the loud ticking is gone, we're going to determine whether or not, usually on a first purchase, you kind of try and figure out whether or not she has any kind of metal shavings on your first oil change, right? So here's a moment of truth. So we're going to grab this magnet and go fishing. Drum roll, guys. Clean. So she passes. Good news, Miles. All right, so I guess now it's just got to make sure that she's maintained. Next on the list is making sure that we get the right tires and get the suspension all set up. Cabin filter, air filter. I don't know if this is one of those things that's washable. I got to look it up. AFE power. So just a little trick, because I no longer have my lift, where I would just bring the pan underneath the car, and I would have a valve on the actual container itself. And this thing is flimsy. I try not to lift it up and dump it into the container here, because it will spill. I don't care how good you are. So anyway, until I get my lift set up once again, this is a good way to try and prevent it from spilling. You just basically just pump it into the container. So I thought I'd just kind of give that a quick show.